Hello, everybody. I'm Andy Helko, and I'm so excited to share with you over the next 5 to 10 minutes what we've been building behind the scenes. I'll be happy to answer some questions at the end. And of course, we've got a really special offer for you. So let's get started. We believe this is the beginning of something new, and it really starts with a simple question. Can an entirely new perspective change the way you work? AI is really everywhere, writing your emails, drafting your posts, and planning your day. But AI has been so focused on you, your tasks, and your work. But what if AI shifted your perspective? What if AI became the person that you need to convince? Not generic AI, not another chatbot, not another agent. Something more, something different. Alive, aware, and aligned. It's time to step into their world, see what they see, feel what they feel, and know what they know. It's time to meet BuyerTwin, your ideal customer cloned by AI, data enriched and accurate, fully interactive and engaged with you, completely unbiased and ready to help. And BuyerTwin is way more than AI. These twins that we've created, they're comprehensive and accurate. We've combined real life data, a really unique process, and a lot of diverse integrations to make these ideal buyers your perfect clones. Our twins are born from data. They never give generic answers, and they're really brimming with insider insight. And two ways that we do that is through our program Twin Force, which recruits buyers and gathers real life data that goes into your clones. And then Buyer Twin is also integrated with over 14 data APIs to really enrich your clones and make them hyper accurate to the people that you want to talk to. Our twins are trained to be your hero. And this is some of the special sauce that makes them that we've taken to make them meticulously honed to your buyer perspective. They actually role play with you as the buyer. Their mindset is that they are your target audience. They will answer questions and converse with you. They know all about your organization already, so they can give you insightful insights. And then they give you insights even when you haven't asked and fully exist to help you. And our twins use the top five LLMs for absolute intelligence. They leverage the strength of each one depending on what interaction you're having with your buyer. Anthropic, OpenAI, Gemini, Perplexity, and XAI are all integrated into BuyerTwin to give you the best answers depending on what you're looking to find. So, what can a buyer twin do for you? Let's see them in action a little bit. One of the first things for everyone is you want to make sure that you're reaching the right buyers. Well, Buyer Twin finds the best audiences and guides you through prioritizing them. So soon as you're in the platform, you enter your information, we look at your website and your LinkedIn, and we begin suggesting the best segments for you to target and then help you prioritize those segments. And then we'll dig in and gather a ton of data about them to present you with the ideal buyers for that segment that you can then add to your BuyerTwin platform and begin researching and engaging with. It's quick, easy, and fast to get started. Our buyer twins are natural conversationalists. You can ask them anything, they will respond. Their responses are backed by data. They have no bias. They don't hedge on what you ask them, and they really provide great answers. So, whatever you wish that you could ask your ideal buyer, you can do it now with your buyer twin. And they will give you good answers backed by all the data and the insight, role playing as that buyer, and then you can continue the conversation with them, asking deeper questions and continuing to engage with the ideal customer that you're trying to reach. Before you do any messaging, wouldn't it be great if you could talk to the person that you're creating messaging for and ask them, what is it that I should say to you to get you to take action? Well, with BuyerTwin and your clone, you can do just that. You can brainstorm messaging with them across a wide range of different channels, focus that message on whatever you want. And then we've even built in a number of key frameworks that help tell your clone, this is how I really want to be talking to you. And they answer from their perspective. They'll tell you why they think the message resonates. And then you can continue the conversation with them to keep brainstorming what messages are most going to impact and influence the ideal buyer that you have. And one of the things that we love is that our twins can be a little critical, but that's a good thing. When you want them to evaluate your website, your ads, whatever you have, you really want them to have a keen eye. And so in BuyerTwin, you can add any of your pages, other assets, and have your ideal customer give you their perspective. They'll tell you exactly what they like, what they don't, what you would change, what you should keep, and would that page convince me to buy from you? All from their perspective and giving you insight into what you should do better to convince them as your target buyer. And that's not all. You can let them pick apart your competitors too, because we would love to ask our ideal customers, what do you think about the other people in the market? And so BuyerTwin automatically goes out and finds competitors for you, allows you to quickly add them into the system, gathers information about those competitors. Then, when you go into your ideal customer, you can ask them to evaluate any of your competitors with a critical eye. And they're going to tell you what they think. They'll give you their perspective, what they like, what they don't like, what they would change, and whether it would convince them to buy. So you can leverage the weaknesses of your competitors and outcompete them on any strengths that they might have that your target audience sees in them. And Buyer Twins really proactive. Our twins are working for you even when you don't think that they are. Behind the scenes, your twin, your ideal customer clone, is thinking about you and your business and providing ideas for what content they would want to read, what campaigns would influence them, what sales tips they would suggest to you if you're having a sales meeting, what conversion actions you should put on your website, all of these things from their perspective. They're role playing, looking at your company and saying, if you do this, This is how you can engage and convince me. And it's all happening behind the scenes, automatically being delivered to you on a regular basis. You can also find out where your buyers are. We want to know how to reach them, right? And so within BuyerTwin, you can find out the channels that your ideal customer spends the most time in. You can find out what sources they read. And when it comes to search optimization, the last thing you want to do is go research key phrases based off of what you think. Instead, Buyer Twin role plays as your target customer and tells you what they would search to find your business. So you can focus on the key phrases that actually have intent for people to buy from you. And that's really just the beginning of what our twins can do. They are here to help you become a buyer centric business. They clone your ideal customer. You can interact with them, ask questions, get them to evaluate your assets, whether it's web or ads, and do so much more within the platform, making you the most buyer centric and in a highly competitive organization. And so I appreciate you taking this time with me as we unveil Buyer Twin. We have been working on it and honing it and making it an amazing platform to really truly clone your ideal customer and become a partner every day in helping you do what you do better. Now, if you want to, you can schedule some one on one time with me. Just go to helco.chat and you can see my schedule. I would love to talk with you. If you're interested in getting into Buyer Twin today, go ahead. We've got a coupon code here for Unveil that gets you 25% off any plan. And I'm really excited to say I have a book currently on pre order, The Buyer Centric Framework, where I really go in depth about how to be a customer centric company and have a very detailed flywheel framework and model to help your entire organization become culturally and operationally customer centric. And so that's a perfect tie into BuyerTwin. So again, I appreciate everybody joining me for this huge unveiling. I know BuyerTwin will be amazing for you. And now we're open for questions or comments, and we'd love to talk. I have one question here, if this is B2C or B2B. We've built it for both. As you go in and you fill out your information, you can choose whether you're targeting B2B or B2C. If it's B2B, it will hone you in on industries and departments. And if it's B2C, it will hone you in on demographics of your target audience. And so, really, whether you're B2B or B2C, it does truly help guide you and you can interact with those buyers. So I'm being asked about the underlying technology. One of the most important things that we've done is really build the system to role play from the buyer's perspective. We've honed the way that we gather data, we utilize it at the right time. So depending on what you're asking your buyer or how you're interacting with them, it's pulling in different data feeds and data sources that we've collected, but only the right information. And we've really honed that to make sure it's the perfect data that can inform what you're asking. And then we've created all of our components to be role playing. This isn't just going in and asking a question. Our AI is truly stepping back and saying, I am this buyer. Here's what matters to me. And that's what I'm going to use to inform any questions or evaluations. I've got another question about our real-time data. So we have a program called Twin Force. We've been partnering with some organizations that we're actually going out and gathering different buyers, and we have certain ones that we target and new ones that we're adding all the time. And Twin Force goes out and gathers specialized data from these real buyers and then enriches your clones so that when you are asking them questions or you're engaging with them or asking them to evaluate, you don't only have a mix of API data, but you also have a mix of real data as well as all of these different LLMs. So another question is, can I sign up and get a free trial? Yes, we have a free version. There are some limits on it, but it definitely can give you a sense of what a buyer twin can do for you. So if you want, feel free to go to our site, sign up, and when you're ready, use the unveil code to get your 25%. Another great question about the book. It's something that I've been planning for a long time and has really been part of my philosophy in working in my business and working with clients is that ensure that you are buyer centric. If you understand your target audience better than your competitors, you will always outcompete. I've said that for years that whether you're building a website, creating a marketing campaign, designing your positioning, the first step that you have to do is truly understand your target audience inside and out. That's why with BuyerTwin, the ability to be able to ask and interact with those folks is the true power. And it looks like one last question we've got is what is next for BuyerTwin? Well, we are continuing to build amazing features behind the scenes. We have a great roadmap. If you're interested in it, I would say schedule a one on one demo with me. We can talk about where we're headed. So, again, I appreciate everybody for joining us. BuyerTwin unveiled, powerful platform for you to become buyer centric. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you interact with and ask some questions of some of our clones.